Hello, my name is Nawakamik, also known as Dennis Banks. I had a good nap there. I've seen this film a few times, and I've lived a lot of part of it. There's going to be another 4 minutes, what's he doing now, kind of thing. So, I wanted to thank the, when I was fighting extradition, a great number of people in the Bay Area banded together and formed a huge defense committee. And from that committee came some friends people who became friends of mine, who are still very close to me. Wounded Knee, worked, I met his mother, the whole family, and but Wounded is still, and his wife are very close to me. They're close friends. Julie Hernandez, who opened her home to my family. And of course, Michelle Benes, Michelle Bean, who very close friend of mine. We've worked together and on projects and also not only here but in Paris as well. I helped her with one of the books she did. And of course, in there it gives, we recognize what happened at Sunagawa. My life changed a great deal. As I mentioned, I wanted the military. That was going to be my career for 30 years. But what happened at Sunagawa, of course, changed my direction forever. And I decided then, the people that were protesting the expansion, farmers, workers, and Nipponzan Myoji, led by Nichidatsu Fuji, they were like little people against the military might of the United States government and the U.S. military. And I was on the military side. And when I seen the determination of these people who were saying no to the U.S. military, and even the abusive treatment by the Japanese police and the Japanese military, the killing of one of the monks during that time, and their determination to stand up made me realize that even how Native people were treated in this country, is that's what made me realize that I didn't need to be in the military, or the U.S. military. I needed to be home. And it stayed with me until, of course, the formation of the American Indian movement. And then but I still, 20 years later after coming back, I went back to Japan, and I then started to study under Nichidatsu Fuji. So tomorrow we're going to be visiting their temple. But I want to thank also Lynn and David, who did a magnificent job, and they pulled all this stuff together, the archival stuff. As you noticed on the credits, there was a huge number of people that were also interviewed, and then it just started to come to. It could have went on for about a three-hour film, but we had to get it to an hour and a half, which is kind of what documentaries sound like, 90 minutes. So we had to do that. And then the extradition, as I said, coming out here to California. I actually, you know, attorneys they go, when they look for a judge that they think will help their case, they go judge shopping. And we had to look at all the governors, kind of like governor shopping. Which governor would be more apt to deny extradition? Well, one of them was up in Alaska, and the other was in New York, and the other was here. And we felt that perhaps California would be, because I had a lot of contacts here, and people who became my friends were in California, including Marlon, the big guy, Marlon Brando, and, who approached the governor and kind of sealed the deal about denying extradition. But it was more the historical, as Governor Brown stated, it was the historical wrongs that had happened to Native people, and particularly in South Dakota. And of course the statement is that I wouldn't last more than 20 minutes in prison, that he denied extradition. So Governor Brown, now the Attorney General, I guess he is running for the governorship again. Yeah. And if I could be any help here, I'm going to help my kid. But back to David and Lynn, the archival stuff, and where to put it at, and how it came about, and where to end it. You know, it was very long, but how do you start chopping when a lot of people are saying good things, and how do we fit it together? And I don't want to ever go through that process, which what they went through, but I'm sure every person that makes movies, that they do that. You have a really good movie, but you find out it's about 2 hours long, and you got to start shortening it up. So, in a full feature film, which costs, you know, $50, $60, $70 million or more, then you start chopping and it gets down. So anyway, where is he at? What's he doing now? There's about 4 minutes, right? So.
Roll 'em, action.